If you've ever downloaded a PDF or a Word file, maybe from an email attachment or some random link, you might have asked yourself, is this thing even safe? Well, you're definitely not alone, and the truth is, even totally normal looking documents, like a Word document, PDF, or even a JPEG can actually contain hidden scripts or embedded code, which runs as soon as you open it. Sometimes they're designed to spy on your computer, steal your data, or slip in malware the moment you open them. One way people deal with this risk is by using a tool called Dangerzone. It is a free open source tool which takes suspicious files, runs them inside a secure sandbox, and then converts them into totally safe PDFs. Basically, it lets you see the content of a potentially dangerous file without risking your computer. And on top of all this, it works with many file types like PDFs, Word documents, Excel, PowerPoint, EPUBs, JPEG, PNG, and so on. So in this video, I'll show you how Dangerzone works, how to install it, and then we'll run a quick demo together so that you can see just how it protects you from potentially dangerous surprises. Now, you can install Dangerzone on Windows, Mac OS, or Linux, and the process is pretty straightforward on each operating system. Depending on your OS, you'll have to do slightly different things though. First of all, go to the URL dangerzone.rocks and then click download on the main page. And from here, for example, if you're on a Windows, you can simply click the download for Windows button. This will download an installer, and once you run the installation wizard and go through the usual steps, you'll be able to open Dangerzone like any other application. Keep in mind though, for Windows, Dangerzone relies on the Windows subsystem for Linux under the hood because it needs Linux containers to create those secure sandboxes, so you can simply click install WSL if it prompts you. After all of this, you're going to be good to go for Windows. Now on macOS, the installation is going to be very easy too. You just pick the download that matches your CPU and then download the app and then drag it into your applications folder, and once it's there, you can just simply launch it. And finally, if you're on Linux, there's a bit more terminal involved, but it's still going to be extremely easy. For example, if you're on a Debian-based system like Ubuntu, you can click the install button under Debian/Ubuntu, which will take you to the official instructions page on the GitHub repository, and in practice, you'll just simply copy and paste few commands. First, you will add the GPG key and repository so that your system will know where to get Dangerzone from, and then you will update your package list and install the Dangerzone package with your normal package manager, which is apt in this case. Once that's done, you can run Dangerzone just like any other programs, and of course, if you're on a different Linux distro like Fedora, there are separate instructions for that, and you can even build it from source code if you're more of a power user, or maybe you're on a different Linux distribution. Keep in mind that I'm just gonna do the demo on Windows because that's what most people use, but once you install Dangerzone, it's going to be the same process across all operating systems. Alright, now that Dangerzone is installed and ready to go, let's actually use it with a potentially suspicious file. So for this demo, we can imagine that you get an email from someone claiming to be from HR, and there's an attachment called Payroll Update 2026. Or maybe let's say that you get a PowerPoint file or even a PDF invoice and so on. Now, depending on the scenario, it may all look totally normal, but something might still feel just a bit off about the sender, or maybe timing, or maybe something else. So instead of just risking double clicking any of those files, first you can download the attachment to your system, but here's the important thing: you never ever double click it directly. That file could have macros, embedded scripts, or exploits targeting vulnerabilities on your system. So instead, you take that file straight to Dangerzone. And to do that, you can launch Dangerzone just like any other application, and then either drag and drop the suspicious file right into the window, or you can click select suspicious file and then navigate and pick the potentially suspicious file. Now, after you choose the file, you can customize the output file name. You can check move original to unsafe folder, which automatically tucks the dangerous original file away so that you won't accidentally click it later. And you can even pick which program opens the new safe PDF when it's done. I'm just going to take all the defaults here and then hit convert to safe document, but you can play with these settings depending on your needs. Once I click convert to safe document, now Dangerzone will do its magic, and depending on the file, it may take some time, but once it's done, the file will automatically open in your PDF viewer. Of course, the difference is that the file just opened is the safe version, which looks identical, like same text, charts, layout, and everything you need to read, but this version contains no macros, no JavaScript, no exploits, just the visual content safely delivered as a flat, read-only PDF. So this way, you basically just read that sketchy attachment without ever risking your system. Keep in mind, Dangerzone relies on tools like LibreOffice, which could potentially have their own bugs, or let's say that a sophisticated attacker might craft something targeting Dangerzone specifically, but they will need to chain multiple zero-day exploits like LibreOffice vulnerability, sandbox escape, container breakout, and so on. And as long as you keep things updated, this is going to be difficult and expensive to achieve for a hacker. It's not 100% perfect or foolproof, but for journalists, researchers, or anyone dealing with untrusted attachments, it can give you a huge safety advantage over just clicking the files open. So that's it for this video, and if you found this helpful, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And as always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.